Hey, there he is.
You guys there? No video.
Yeah.
You want to start your video?
Oh, sure. I didn't know I hadn't.
Yeah, defaults to being off. You have to just make that arrow go away.
That should have did it.
1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Did you get it?
I think so. I don't see it. Oh, hang on.
Your black space.
I've got
Did you
security
just
measures.
click off? Did you just unclick the? There you go. All right. Once I hit us live, we're live. You ready?
Yeah. I think we're already streaming.
You know,
on
we
YouTube.
can't say we can't use potty mouth, right?
That's right. Got to keep it clean.
I'm just reminding because we're nonprofit, so you can promote everything you do except for prices and no potty mouth. Okay.
Yeah. We can't qualify it as superb or excellent, right?
We do this. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna fade out this song. I don't know if you're listening. Probably not. But... Okay. All right, let's see there. That goes away. And can I remember all these things? All right. Start. What is it? There's always one thing I forget to do to get this going right. That was on the call back. Let's see, that should be playing. Audio device. Why? Why is today the day that I'm forgetting how I do this? All right, anyway, real quick. We had Maureen O'Hara right there fading out doing, it was her birthday, like I said, Danny Boy from her, one of her most known movies with none other than John Wayne. Happy birthday, Maureen O'Hara. And then we had Aretha Franklin. Like I said, there were 3 actor, musician, activist types that, or whatever they were, that were born today and yesterday, not today, passed away. Some greats, including Aretha, Elvis, and I can't remember the third, but I didn't play them. And then, so that was Aretha live in the year I was born, 74, a rare Until You Come Back to Me. And then that was Mae West herself with some of her snappy, sexy, sultry, particularly for the time. And happy birthday to Floyd Red Crow Westerman. We started off, he did a whole album of Johnny Cash. So that was I Walk the Line by Floyd Red Crow Westerman. And now we're here. This is 96.9 FM, KMRDLP, Madrid, New Mexico. And on this fine 17th of August in the year 2020 of someone's Lord, we got the return of BBQ music maestro David Thom with his barbecue and musician partner Zeke. They're gonna talk, play some music, etc. But I gotta figure out why. You guys are there, right?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Something's wrong. Volume, output. Hold on. Not me, right? Output.
There's a good chance it's because of
headphones.
On the computer.
So then it should be. Okay. Wait a minute. I know what's up. I got it all figured out. Okay. Talk now.
Talking. You got us.
All right. I know what I did. Okay. It doesn't matter what I did. We can get to the present. So part of the delay there was I was giving the call back. I don't know if you could hear me, but we're done with all that. And so welcome back. He was here right after July 4th, appropriately for a bluegrass, Americana, and much more musician and barbecue maestro, David Thom. And now he's here with his equally talented barbecue and musician mate, Zeke Severson, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for Zoom joining.
Yeah.
Gladly.
I have to.
Okay, we're also streaming it out to YouTube.
Right. Yeah. Is that working?
Yeah, I think so. I just got to try to look up the.
Is that person not mad at me anymore?
Right. No, I just got to figure out what the URL is. I don't know if it's easy to share it with the
No,
viewers.
probably not, because it's probably a whole bunch of weird characters. Let's see.
Probably is.
It probably is. But I made a reminder. So let's see if I click on it.
You know what? I'm going to share the link on the Uncle DT Smokehouse Facebook page.
Yeah, otherwise it's
That
a
way
bunch
people
of
can go there.
Y's and A. My cats could decode that. The V equals V, capital OGY, F8, Z2 T. That's not even right. VK. I bet you my cats know what that means, but I don't. Do you?
Yeah.
No.
No, send them to Uncle DT Smokehouse Facebook page. I'm posting the link there.
There, guys. If you guys want to do something for the first time here, we've done karaoke alongs, we've done Zoom guests, live guests, we've had Emmy and Oscar winners, and now we have amazing people that are live YouTube, not Facebook, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm sharing it on YouTube.
Right, YouTube Live. So if you go to their barbecue page, did you say their barbecue Facebook or website or both?
Yeah, go to the Facebook page.
The Facebook for Uncle DT. That'll be easy because you're unless you turned off your location, anyone willing, Uncle DT will come up in Santa Fe, and you can't turn off the location even when you think you have.
Yes.
Right. I mean, I like literally. People get all worked up. I'm like, you got two choices. You're going to go in the mountains and turn everything off, or you're going to just don't say things like, you know, what you feel about the president and don't use certain words that start with M, and you know what I mean, because then you won't be flagged.
I hear you.
There are way too many people to care about hearing me posting about my cats and dying in your bourbon pie. That's not going to get us CIA invasion, right?
That's that pie is for real. I think you can say that on public radio.
Well, yes, and I can say I want to die in it. That's
yes.
fine. I say I want to. I said if I did, it could be worse. But no, because what I'll literally notice is like, I mean, to be honest, sometimes you don't even type it. You say, like the other day, this is a good example in a negative way, how stupid it is. I'm talking about how much I'm sick of Apple because my computer's falling apart, and then I was so happy that here they were going to kill iTunes, and now they made it worse, where it just opens for no reason, and all the typical Apple things where you got to pay. Just if I say it one more time, and they'll probably send me a bill. My friend had to get on the phone for all weekend for a charge she didn't have. Apple, since Steve Jobs died, some integrity died. And anyway, I'm saying all that and get an email from Target about Apple products.
No, they're listening.
They're listening, but not properly. So it's like, yeah.
Well.
But anyway, my point of that rant was if you don't want to listen, you can't be connected to any of this. You can't have a cell phone, right?
Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad.
I don't know how you're going to. I mean, you really got to get off the grid and buy. You can't even buy that much toilet paper.
Yeah, well, that's funny. Yeah, and all the hand sanitizer and gloves and
you can't get enough. You'd have to come down.
Crazy.
Anyway, enough of that nonsense. I see a musician ready to play. Should we? Yeah. Should you guys? You want to play right away, and then we'll talk more?
Yeah, let's do a little tune, and then we'll come back and chat some more.
Is there a little more volume you can give us? I'm cranked.
Well,
if not, I'll
vocals or instruments.
Well, the problem is you're just getting us acoustic to my MacBook here.
Right. Yeah.
Microphones you're seeing.
It's not bad. It'll be.
You'll
fun.
hear it.
The music always cranks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do your thing. Take it away, boys.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
How do you like it so far?
It sounds about how I start my show. Although not as silly.
Old home place?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. It's been 10 long years since I left home, and in the holler where I was born, where the cool fall nights make the woods smoke rise, and the fox hunter blows his horn. Well, I fell in love with a girl from the town. I thought that she would be true. I ran away to Charlottesville and worked in a sawmill or two. What have you done to the old place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Well, the girl ran off with somebody else. The terrors took on my pay. And here I stand where the old home stood before they took it away. Now the geese fly south and the cold wind blows as I stand here and hang my head. I've lost my love and I've lost my home, and now I wish that I was dead. What have they done to the old place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town? Go Zeke. What have you done to the old place? Why did they tear it down? And why did I leave my plow in the field and look for a job in the town?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
That's a mighty good picking. Did you say yeah, boy?
Yeah, boy. A little
Okay.
more Detroit than Kentucky, though.
Wow, yeah, I was about to say I can picture, yeah. I won't describe the person because I don't picture him
Yeah.
with love. But yeah, boy. I mean, you know, if it were Flav, now that'd be dope if you could get Flavor Flav to be like, yeah, boy.
That's probably what he'd say after hearing that song.
He would. He knows good music when he smokes it. I mean, hears it. Oh, Flav, we love you. Public Enemy put out a new track. Did you know that?
You know, I didn't know that. That would be something I probably wouldn't come across.
Right, and I didn't listen to it at first because it's called. I saw State of the Union STFU, and I figured that was gonna require more than one or two of meowing out naughty words.
That's some Bob Weir quote, isn't it? The STFU.
Probably, but it actually turns out that, and I'm literally like texting the head of the station because that was the night that I somehow managed to be the first DJ to get long distance hate mail. Somebody listening who signed it, a Frenchman from Boston, was offended by my impersonation of French accents, which was all true stories.
Hey,
and that
is good publicity, right?
Well, first of all, that someone's listening like that, they could tell me that I should be fired. I'd be happy because I wouldn't be fired over what I did. And just as someone listening, but anyway, so I was communicating with Stella via text, not Stella the cat you see behind me, although they do have some similarities. But anyway, and I was like, that was when I was like, okay, that agitated me enough, even though I wasn't in trouble, and mostly because I got a message, and then there was a 3-hour or more gap from the message that we needed to talk. She did say in the message, "You're not in trouble, but needs to talk still means, something was up. So I knew somebody had made a complaint. So I was, by that point, a little frazzled. I was like, I need some loud hip hop. And then I remembered that track that I had listened to. And I'm sitting there texting her like, okay, this would take a really good DJ, because it was really only Flav who was cursing. And Public Enemy, Chuck D was just being deep and about the clown in the White House. He didn't curse. And then I go into the bedroom forgetting that I had this station on. And later at night on Monday, there's a fella who goes by Icky Mac, who A, likes to push it, and B, is a live DJ. And he was doing it without either me nor Stella suggesting that he should do that.
Of all the ironies.
Just awesome synchronicities. I don't know.
It's
It was cool. So anyway, what'd you just play?
So that was kind of a bluegrass staple called The Old Home Place.
Right.
And guitar great Tony Rice made it popular with his band, J.D. Crowe and the New South, in the 70s. And they had on really cool shirts when they recorded the video. And that's the long and short of that number.
By cool shirt, do you mean that they had things that you maybe can't say on air?
Well, no, I mean lapels that defy reason.
Oh, okay.
Patterns that are shockingly unpleasant.
Oh, you're talking, right, because you're talking bluegrass. You're not talking about,
Yeah.
right. You're not talking about folk guys or rock.
No, right.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's fashion tragedy.
The Marty Stewart kind of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Without that epic hair. Speaking of fashion tragedies and that Robert Plant podcast I told you about, I don't think the following was in the podcast, but it might have been. But some other clip popped up, and nice to hear him be able to have it. I mean, he's always had a sense of humor, and he's obviously a wonderful man. He comes to Madrid every time he's in New Mexico, apparently. He almost bought the Jenner house. But he talks about the unfortunate styles, and particularly his unfortunate hairdo in the 80s, not to mention making fun of his music in the 80s.
The mullets, we're all responsible for mullets, really.
I mean, it was I was kind of young, but it was a rough period, But what's been great to see is how many folks that survived it. I mean, Mick Jagger, the 80s weren't the best for him, but he's pretty awesome now.
They chopped his head off years ago. They're just installing new bodies for him.
Oh, right, that's someone else's. But I mean, Mick Jagger since 90 or so. I'm not talking about any new music necessarily, but live, they're amazing,
I caught the Steel Wheels tour, and that dude never stopped running for 2.5, 3 hours.
They're amazing. Yeah, I've seen them twice. Once in Chile. I met him for 5 seconds in Albuquerque. But
I think I saw that video of Chile. That was a giant crowd.
That was a good show. So now there's a whole documentary called Ole Ole.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's easy to stream. I think it's Netflix, but
that was a big show.
I've seen that concert shows. If you think that was a big show, that's the small potatoes.
Oh, really?
Well, first of all, Brazil and Argentina are bigger and more populated anyway.
Maybe Brazil's the one I saw, but literally.
No, it was Chile, but they're huge everywhere.
Yeah.
But part of the Chile thing was the show that I was at in '94. They've been back. That's only a few years out of the dictatorship, and that stadium, and this was not lost on the Stones, was so are the stadiums in Argentina and Brazil sometimes where they play are where in the 70s, like our current leader probably wishes he could, they rounded people up in stadiums that were political dissidents or anything Jewish,
Sure.
Whatever you were, cut your arm off. That's where they cut off Victor Jara, the folk guitarist, arm. And so it was not lost on them that was the first, not last, but first musical exhibition of that sort in that stadium.
Yeah, since people were getting chopped up.
Right. Well, I mean, the chopping up stopped in the early 70s.
Yeah.
So it was a football stadium, and it's still there as far as I know, Estadio Nacional de Chile. But as big as that show was, they have more of a just madness in Brazil. I guess Brazil's always crazy. And Argentina, particularly Argentina's big stadium, was already called La Boca. So it's a perfect fit with the mouth. So we visited, and there's I don't know, the size of nothing in New Mexico, huge building with La Boca on it, But the Doc Ole Ole gets into the fervor in all three countries and why, which is fascinating, because here to younger people, the Stones, maybe there's some old rock band, unless you start to listen to the songs that were wild at the time and realize they still are if you listen, the music being what it is. But down there, you know, it's more precious.
Well, yeah, they
And
don't. Yeah,
yeah.
we do everything we want all the time.
Well, we used to.
That's not how it is for most of the rest of the world.
Right, and then once they get the freedom, so '94, and Chile is got their crap together a lot better than this country in a lot of ways. Brazil's a mess, and Argentina, you know, is pretty troubled. But you know, just to be able to have taste that loss, like suppose you know who does somehow steal by the presidency and does things, we'll know more.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, there are a lot of good docs about the Stones, but that one's got a fascinating bent to it, and the shows are amazing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of music, why don't we let Zeke sing one?
All right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah. I don't need to babble. They hear me every Monday.
No. That's cool. We covered some Politico and some Latino.
Right. Yeah, we got the whole spectrum. African American folks.
Yeah.
We had them, barbecue. So Zeke, what's up?
Well, this song, Zeke, this was written by one of the whitest people ever, right?
Frank, what was it?
Timothy Paxton.
Joe Biden wrote it?
Tom Paxton. He was British, which is the original white person.
That's true.
Or the whitest of white people, I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's a lot of them. They got jars of mayonnaise.
All right, well, here's Zeke. Tell what is it called?
Last thing on my mind.
Last thing on my mind, and I was thinking of mayonnaise too much. Well, who did you say wrote it?
Tom Paxton.
Okay, take it away.
All right. It's a lesson too late for the learning. Made of sand, made of sand. In the blink of an eye, my soul was turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Can there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the winds have been steadily blowing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Can there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You get one.
I'll get the beat.
As I lay in my bed in the morning, without you, Each song in my breast dies burning without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Can there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Darling, that was the last thing on my mind.
Woo!
Darling.
Last thing on my rhyme, written by Tom Paxton, a whitey, you say.
Deep honky.
Deep, you know, but see, there's, we're not going to get into it because we're music and barbecue, but to me, people, the difference is going to become more and more clear, hopefully, as people who even dare question from Obama's citizenship to Kamala's racial whatever, that you're not talking about a skin color when you say white man, you're talking
Right,
about
on the inside we're talking about.
Yeah, so Tom Paxton could be an awesome dude. He's just very white.
Yeah, he is.
He probably is, or he wouldn't be a musician. He'd be a
No, I just
he'd be a president.
He wasn't a cracker.
Cracker. I know, right? I can't remember which I dislike more, cracker or honky. It's cracker, right?
Right, I think cracker's worse.
Cracker's worse.
In my mind, it is.
I don't know. Yeah, well, then you would know. Well, since you're talking already, and there's no guarantee that everyone was listening to David a few months ago, but so we'll talk to him in a minute. But Zeke, where can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
No, yeah, I'm not going to ask your weight or anything. So where are you from? Where'd you?
I grew up in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, and where?
Wisconsin, yes.
And you just something told you to play some bluegrass?
Well, yeah. When I didn't play bluegrass till I got out here.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I was mostly playing jazz and swing and that kind of stuff, and Christian music for a while. And so I never really did get in a real rock band until now. There's a jam that I go to, and we just have a blast. We have 3 lead guitar players. You have to wear your earplugs, but I just have a blast playing Steely Dan and Allman Brothers.
Steely Dan is the bleed.
Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steely Dan. What's the other one with a weird name that are great from that era? Oh, come on. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Classic.
So what jam are you talking? Just like friends, or a jam that?
Oh, just friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Steely Dan, you'd be like, oh right, if I thought of who I was thinking of. But anyway, one of those Steely Dan members passed away, which has been 5 years in the course of me doing this show. Who was it?
Walter Becker.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever folks, I'll look up this moment in history, which is what I was playing before, we came on, and when I don't have a guest, and then obviously, yeah, when somebody passes away appropriately, we all tend to salute.
You ever have shows ready? Do you have like a ghoul pool where you're ready if somebody goes?
The nastiest thing I did in that realm is I don't know if you've caught any of the mostly Mikey Baker led tributes that have happened at the end of every summer for the last few years, starting with Bowie. Prince wasn't my thing. Bowie, and then they did they tried to do Aretha. So they want to do that every year because it goes over well as part of the outdoor series. Obviously this year is another story. And Mikey, who I've known for a while, kindly got me involved in the Bowie thing. Not musically, I did a little intro rounding people up, tossing things at the audience, which is in the video that somebody just reshared because it was 5 years ago, a few days ago or whatever.
Oh, wow.
But I did say that whenever they get to, hopefully he's got years left. Certainly we have tickets to see his concert that won't happen in September, Roger Waters, who we saw a few years ago, thanks to my lady friend, and he's planning on doing that tour next year. So, in a few years, I morbidly asked to at least do you know, a song like Nobody Home or one of the weirder theatrical ones that probably wouldn't be chosen. Of course, I would need musicians, but
Yeah. Yeah, there's big musical drama that came from the Brits in that time.
But the wall, there's definitely, unless they did, because in the Bowie thing it was super long, and they actually did the entire Stardust album, although that's not as long as the Wall, amongst other things they did. There are certain songs that I don't think anybody in a band normally would rush to pick that I love to sing. Obviously, someone else is going to want to do another Brick in the Wall or Brain Damage Eclipse, but I know Floyd so well, and some of those songs are theatrical. You know, The Show Must Go On, Nobody Home.
It's like doing Gabriel era Genesis.
Right. So I think
nobody's going to be like, oh yeah, I know that one. Let's do it.
Right. Not that I would either, but I also am sure that in lieu of playing canned karaoke, that I could find some musicians that could.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. When I moved out to Missoula, Montana in the early 90s, I tried to put together a Steely Dan cover band. And I was going down to the university and talking to the best horn players and stuff. And pretty soon I realized no matter how good it was, there was no budget for that. Nobody was going to be able to pay these guys to make them interested in doing it.
And they're too good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. They want money, you know? And it's like, well, guys, we're going to play a bar till 2 a.m. and you can get as much beer as you want.
That's only for the love of it if you want to do that.
I'd do it if I could for beer until 2 a.m, but I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I have been, and then we'll get back to you. I do recording and playing, putting into my playlist. I'm having a hard time with the Facebook groups for quarantine karaoke. They exist, but they don't seem to like me. But anyway, I made my own playlist of loads of karaoke. And my current obsession has been, I'm almost done, doing all of the Wall in order as best I can find clips on. And I think I do at least 3 a night of any karaoke has been my thing. A couple Thursdays ago, I did it for the entire day, but and I'm not very good at it, but I love it. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the point. It's not for others to enjoy. It's for you to enjoy.
Right. If they want to enjoy, be that laughing at me, that's
right.
fine.
Or if they want to leave and come back.
Well, in particular, we're talking about me in my house posting on YouTube. But what's funny, since you mentioned it, although I think I said this last week, I'll say it again. You know, someone's always going to make a weird comment on Facebook or whatever you do, or if you just look at YouTube comments, people just come up with the stuff. But anyway, the one thing I like about Facebook versus the other social media is because you have to use your real name, is you know who it is. Because for all I know, it's my dead father that made this comment, or my mom, who I don't think's on there. I don't know who the heck this person was, but they wrote, "Dude, you've been at this for 5 hours, bro." And first of all, so I reply, "I wasn't a jerk," and I don't even know if he was being that much of a jerk. I got a like on the reply, but I said, "Bro?" ? My hands were up, but only you two could see, so I said question mark. Bro? And then, okay, several things. Why do you know I've been doing this for 5 hours? What have you been doing for 5 hours? Why do you care? And it's been a lot longer than 5 hours. So what the heck?
A lot of questions.
Well,
no answers.
No answers. It leads one to a lot of questions. So why? What? Really? Why do you know that? Who are you? That's why I said, unless it's my secret mom's YouTube that doesn't exist, or my dead dad who's caring.
Right. Who are you and how did you find me?
I mean, they probably loved it. It just couldn't say that. I don't know. Or have a stalker, or they're bored. Whatever. Anyway, but I was sort of curious too, like, was it giving him a notification? Do I have a follower that I don't know about?
Yeah, some subscriber or something. You should be able to figure that out.
No, I don't need to. That's enough. That's enough.
Well, we got Zeke for another 7 minutes here, so maybe we should get him.
You only have 7 minutes? What, do you have a job?
He's got stuff and things.
Where'd you get that line? So Zeke, how long have you lived out here?
I've been here since '83.
And picked up
11 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I really came out because the skies are uncloudy.
The skies?
The sky.
Yeah. Well, sadly, go ahead.
Lately it's been.
Yeah, he was saying the skies are not
The
cloudy
skies.
all day. That's why he moved out here.
This guy, yeah. Well, summer is the least of our beautiful sunsets. The rest of the year is when it's most beautiful.
Wisconsin, it can be cloudy for a month at a time.
Right. No, the winter is consistently beautiful. I mean, there's been some good ones, but those hot days, I'll peek outside and be like, yeah, I didn't need to go outside. The sunset's nothing. It'll be better tomorrow.
Usually go in by about 2 o'clock and come back out about 5 maybe.
Ah.
Yeah, especially these last few days have been so hot in the afternoon.
I don't know. What is this?
O'clock.
I know it's an insensitive term, so we've got to come up with a new one, but the Indian summer. I mean, back east, it's August. It is the hottest, but not here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Last summer, now that we mentioned it, I was calling it honky summer.
See?
I figure who cares about making fun of them, right? No one.
But that's just something else we've taken from the Native Americans.
Oh God, there we go again.
So it's Native American summer, bro.
It's
Indigenous people.
indigenous peoples. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Possessive peoples.
Meanwhile, while it's 90 degrees, they've been doing rain chants that didn't quite work yet.
Thank God.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know about the next few days. They're saying thunderstorms. I don't believe them, but by the end of the week is what I believe. As a meteorologist.
Yes, and a doctor.
Wow. And look, I have security.
Yes.
That's my other job.
Let's give you another tune here. I want to do one, Deep in the Cornfield. Wild and Cabbage Down. Remember that one?
Okay.
Deep in the cornfield?
1, 1, 1, 1.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's fast.
Okay, so yeah, this is some pretty deep grass. We'll see it. I don't come in with much anymore. I'm losing my calluses. But we'll see how it works out. I'll pretend that hasn't happened, and then I'm still kind of okay at it.
I'm on the mountain to get my horns blown. I'm gonna have my thing on the mountain. I can't stand it, I'm gonna hold the ground. Tell me something, I'm gonna sing about it. I was married poor down here to I got so many poor people to make this fun. By the cabbage down, they hold me down. Tell me something, I'm gonna sing about the cabbage down. She went up in there, kept on going down the lane. I rubbed my head and hung on up my country. I wouldn't get it down, and the whole big ground. The only song I'm gonna sing about the cabbage down.
Yay! I even made a video.
All right.
All right. Well, cool. So Zeke, what you said you jam. Do you play, Quarnatimes aside, do you play out much, or what's your deal there?
Well, actually, there was last week I played a swing jazz gig at one of the retirement places, El Castillo.
Oh, cool. They need that.
No COVID. Yeah, they've had no COVID, and so they had everybody out on their balconies, and we were down in the bottom, and yeah, it was good to play again.
Yeah, so you actually got to play out.
Yeah.
Have you been doing much of this online stuff, or just kind of?
Only 2 times. I did one with Bill and David, Bill Hearn and David, and
Right.
the other one was with Kitty Joe Creek.
So do you play with Bill Hearn too? Sometimes, often?
I played with him now 7 years.
Oh, you were first. Okay. And what do you play with Bill? Instrument.
I played the upright. Yeah.
The upright. And David, you're doing guitar with Bill, right?
Yeah, play electric guitar and mandolin with Bill.
And I'm sure most listeners know we mean the Bill Hearn, which again is something David told us about. David, are you going to have a few extra minutes once Zeke's gone?
You know, I got to jump off too. I'm sorry to say, but it's been good being on here, man.
All right. Well, thank you. Sorry I talked so much then.
Oh, no worries at all. Yeah.
Their gig that I have to say was we did a virtual barn dance for Michael Hearn's big barn dance. So he did that a couple weeks ago. So that's still going to be on virtually in September, first Thursday, Friday, Saturday after Labor Day. So I'm not sure.
Oh, cool. Where can they find that online?
On Facebook.
Where?
On Facebook, on Michael Hearn's page.
Michael, related to Bill? Is that? No.
What's that? Yeah, Michael is Bill's nephew.
Michael Hearn's Facebook, and you guys are on a thing there, yeah?
Yeah, he does an annual festival called the Big Barn Dance up in Taos.
Right.
And so this year, of course, they got to go virtual. And Zeke was saying they went up and filmed the segment that they'll be showing in September. So
yeah. So they didn't necessarily Zoom. They did video pieces to edit. Is more
right.
Yeah.
Right.
They taped it.
I think the Fiesta Melodrama. That's what they're up to. Yeah, Zoom. You can't. You guys would have had to be together to answer my question because that delay would have killed you.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're miking the laptop and sending that all out to the YouTube feed, so they can hear you on the YouTube feed as well.
Oh my God! But they can't see that Snoopy says, "Relax, nothing's
Sure,
under
they're
control
missing out
behind
on
me."
the visual delight that is your show.
Well, thank you for joining us here on 96.9 FM KMRD. It's actually 3 o'clock. So before you go, I'm going to chat you right now. If you guys wouldn't mind together saying your names and the following station ID. Actually, I didn't realize it was 3 o'clock. We're collecting these to play on auto in the middle of the night.
Cool.
Auto being, we always have to transmit, as David knows. So auto is the overnight. Can you see that?
Not yet. Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. Oh.
So I'll give you the 5-4 TV 3-2-1, and then if you could say your names and that.
Okay. You want us to do it at the same time or do it individually?
Well, why don't you do it individually? It'd probably be easier, right? So I'll do it, and then I'll cue David and I'll cue Zeke. Okay. So this is 96.9 FM KMRD LP Madrid, New Mexico. Thank you all for listening, and David.
Okay, hang on a second. Trying to get it up here. Oh,
that's all right.
There we go.
I can edit.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is David Thom coming at you, and this is 96.9 FM KMRD LP Madrid, New Mexico.
Right. What do you think, Zeke?
I think this is 96.3 FM KM.
96.9.
96.
No, wait. Start over because give me your name too, if you don't mind.
Okay, this is Zeke Severson. It's been a pleasure being on 96.9 FM KMRD in Madrid, New Mexico.
That's a whole nother. So you're out of time for one more song. Is that it? We're done.
We could probably get one more in there. What should we do?
Let me ask you one thing. So let's see. Make sure I got it right. So that Old Home Place was originally by your first
J.D.
song?
Crowe and the New South.
One more time. Sorry, Jamie.
Yeah, J.D. Crowe and the New South.
Okay. Then we had Last Thing of Mine, Tom Paxton, and Deep in the Cornfield was by.
Oh, that's an old traditional.
Old traditional. And you're about to do?
Used to Be by Bill Monroe.
All right. Take it away whenever you're ready here on 96.9 FM.
I want to think.
Now you don't love me anymore, my love. I'm just used to be you. Those cold, cold kisses that you gave me, love, prove to me about somebody new. Tomorrow's just another lonesome day, and I know you're walking far away. You don't love me anymore, little darling. I'm just the used to be you. Take it away, David. Now gone are the good old days that we spent together, and I don't know if I can stand the pain of knowing that you'll soon be gone forever, and I will never know your love again. Tomorrow's just another lonesome day, and I know you're on the far away. You don't love me anymore, darling. I'm just used to be you. Now you don't love me anymore, little darling. I'm just used to be you. Those cold, cold kisses that you gave, little darling, proving me found somebody new. Tomorrow's just another lonesome day, and I know you're roaming far away. You don't love me anymore, little darling. I'm just used to be you. I'm just used to be you.
Yeehaw! All right.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! And I'm sorry, oops. Yeehaw! I had my mic off, although I heard it through the Zoom. So I had the camera D mic off, but that wouldn't have affected much. Anyway, yeehaw is all I said. And I just need to grab, you said it was by
Bill Monroe, The Father of Bluegrass.
Yeah.
right, that part I caught, what I didn't write down, but I'm
Oh, used to be.
Used to be.
used to be. Well,
Yes, sir.
we all used to be, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all used to be to somebody.
Well, thank you guys, and just to let them know about your barbecue real quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, go to UncleDDT.com and find out about Santa Fe's newest barbecue place. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can order online. It's so very exciting.
It's good stuff. All I'll say, without, because I'm not an endorser, is it's legit, authentic, and tasty. And
Thank you, brother.
And brings you back for more.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And I've commissioned David. Maybe we can get some music involved too, to get me a spiced brisket for Rosh Hashanah dinner.
Oh yeah, man. No, we'll get that going for sure.
All right. So you guys, you need me to end this, right? You got to get about your day.
Yeah, go ahead and clock us out, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
it.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
All right. Adios.